Ghost and the Banshee, as it really touches on duality and the two sides that are inside of all of us. You know, the way we are with our family versus our friends, the way we are at work versus, you know, in public, and all of that. It really touches on that whole kind of inner struggle, those inner contradictions.
So the inner schizophrenic. No, I'm just joking.
No, that too. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I think a lot of people do relate to that, and it's something that they can definitely see and kind of feel like it could be a part of them.
And what about your family and friends? How do they feel when they see your paintings?
They're very proud. My family they're very supportive. I love my family to death. I'm very, very strong on family. I think they are the most important people in my life. And, you know, growing up with them, of course, they have to be. I think my artwork kind of took them a little bit by surprise because I hadn't really ever shown an interest in becoming an artist as a career before.
So what other careers then have they seen you go through?
I have pretty much done it all. Like I am one of those kids who liked to change it up all the time. Growing up, I went through a lot of different phases, a lot of different looks, styles, everything. So
just discovering yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, it was
finally now being able to express it through paintings.
Totally, absolutely. Yeah, which is why I think it was a little bit of a surprise for them, because they had seen the physical side of me changing all of the time and trying new things, but for them to see the emotional side of me come out within my paintings, I think was kind of like a different view for them to get, which was cool though, but they're absolutely supportive and very, very proud and happy about it.
Great. Do you think your confidence has risen ever since you've been able to express yourself through your calling?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like
mentally, spiritually, and
all of the above.
Too?
I feel like such a stronger person now that I've actually been able to find that outlet after, you know, trying to change so many times and finding something that actually is able to release all of the personality in me and all the different emotional states that I have. I definitely feel like it's risen my confidence level for sure.
So you said that you have a lot of online supporters and followers. What are some of the comments that they've posted or messaged you with?
Gosh, there's so many.
Okay, give us the best, the funniest, and the weirdest.
The best, the funniest, and the weirdest. Wow.
Hopefully they're not watching.
I know. I think just the best are just the people who totally relate to what I do and just absolutely appreciate it and write to me the way that they relate to my paintings, which totally just touches my heart. It makes me so flattered, and I'm so unbelievably honored that people are actually able to relate to it, let alone have the courage to write to me about it, about what my work means to them, the symbols in it that they can relate to their own life. Some of them are really sad, and some of them are really happy, but either way, those are the best compliments. The weirdest?
The weirdest?
The absolute weirdest? I'm not really sure.
Really?
Yeah,
not sure, or just not willing to say.
maybe a little of both. No, really. I don't get a lot of weird compliments. Just some of them are really deep, I would say.
So just like a little too much information.
Maybe some of them have kind of like raised an eyebrow, so to speak, where I'm kind of like, wow, I didn't realize it was that intense for you, but that's awesome though.
I touched that spot in your life.
Exactly. Yeah, if I could do that where nobody else has been able to, then hey, go for it.
Awesome. So what do you do when you paint? Do you have any particular music playing in the background? Do you paint in silence?
Oh, no silence.
No silence.
No way. I totally can't do silence. No, I definitely need music.
What type of music do you listen to?
You know, I am all over the map when it comes to music. But if it depends on what I'm painting, I do like to try to relate some music to what I'm painting at the time or whatever. So I'll listen to something that's a little bit more somber if I'm painting something that's kind of sad. If I'm painting something that's a little bit more upbeat or, you know, eclectic, I'll bust out my 80s new wave stuff, you know. So yeah, it really depends on what kind of mood I want to be in, because music is totally a mood factor when it comes to that. So
do you have a studio in your house set up?
I guess you could call it a makeshift studio. It's basically my old illustration board that I've kind of modified my own way to turn it into my little paint studio. I've never been a painter who can use an easel. For me, that's awkward since my background is mostly in drawing. I'm very heavy on my work, which is also why I only paint on wood panels, because I destroy canvas like that. So I need something a little bit more sturdy. So it works out for me to have the drafting table to just be able to lean on and work on and everything.
That's great. And what kind of paints do you use?
Right now I'm just using acrylic paints. I haven't ventured into oils yet. I might try that next, but I'm always looking to improve and expand my knowledge of artwork, since I have never been professionally or traditionally taught how to do it, so it's kind of a trial and error with me.
Do you find that a disadvantage or an advantage?
You know, I guess it could be both. The one thing that I know that I have talked to a lot of my friends who have gone to art school tell me a lot, you know, like, I'm not trying to talk bad about any art teachers or anything like that, but when you're teaching art, a lot of the teachers tend to only want the students to work in their own style or do what they teach them. It's kind of like they're teaching the skill but not the creativity.
Yeah.
So I think that is an advantage in my point, whereas I'm able to just be free and do whatever I want, and I don't have any restrictions or guidelines, you know, by a teacher grading my work or anything like that. But at the same time, if I had gone to school, or if I was a good student and paid attention, you know, I could have maybe learned some skills that could have, you know, saved me some time.
Okay, so what do you do now? Do you go to the library to, you know, borrow books to teach you how to do little techniques?
Not necessarily the library. I mean, everything's done on the internet now, so Google is a huge,
Okay, awesome.
it's a huge help for me. I do love art books.
I'm stuck in the 1920s, everybody.
I do love art books, though. I have a lot of art books from a lot of my favorite artists, like Alphonse Mucha is my absolute biggest inspiration. The whole Art Nouveau movement, just his graphic style mixed with the fine arts and everything is just absolutely breathtaking to me and totally inspirational. So I do, I like to read a lot of art books and kind of pick and choose which techniques I think that they would use, like kind of wrap my mind around however I think that they would have achieved that, and then try it my own way, and so far so good.
Great. So do you think you could be the next Picasso?
I don't know about that. I think most of my girls are going to stay anatomically correct. So.
Or else you might get a lawsuit on you.
Right.
They don't exist. They're characters of your imagination. They're a figure of you.
That's true, yes. I do think that they are an extension of me, even though they are female and I'm not, but still, you know, there's definitely a lot of my personality.
There's a feminine side to every male.
Oh, absolutely.
Although they like to, you know, keep it a secret.
Yeah,
Some of them,
yeah.
you know.
Well, that's again with the whole, you know, being able to show your emotion and being able to cry and being able to just open up that way. But, you know, it's funny, I've actually had a lot of guys talk to me about, a lot of male artists talk to me about touching the whole feminine side through your paintings, which I think is awesome. I think a lot of more guys should do that.
Yeah, I think so too. They'd probably be nicer. So if you had to choose in the whole world, whole universe, to collaborate with anybody, who would it be?
To collaborate with any artist, living or dead?
Living or dead?
Oh, well, Alphonse Mucha, absolutely.
Oh, awesome. And, okay, this is an interesting. For more information or how to become a guest on the show, contact us at www.turningtheverge.com or follow us on our Facebook and Twitter /TurningTheVerge.